Meet Maura Preszler. Maura is the founder of Made in His Image, a nonprofit that provides healing for women recovering from eating disorders, abuse, and mental illness, while also educating them on their dignity as daughters of God. In case you're wondering, Maura takes her coffee with cream and a little sugar. This is Caffeinated Conversations.
Hello. Hi, Maura. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you. I got your coffee.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so great that you're here. I love it. How did it all get started? What was the inspiration?
I grew up in unfortunately, a very dysfunctional home. I suffered from anxiety really badly, depression, chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, an eating disorder in which I was 35 pounds lighter than I am today. And, I sought to find my identity in who I was, with what number that, resonated on the scale each day. And it just left me so empty and so alone. And I went to trauma therapy for 2 years with a Catholic psychologist there. What really inspired Made in His Image was the last day that I was leaving therapy, he turned to me and he said, Maura, always remember that everyone suffers, but it's what we do with our suffering that makes us a saint. We can really turn inward. It's really, when someone is suffering a great deal, there's a great tendency to turn inward, like, oh, poor me, or really turn outward and give. That's why I started it. I really wanted to help other women who had struggled, who do struggle the way I did. Pope Francis, he said it so well that our society is really a society without fathers. And earlier in the year, he gave an audience in Rome, and he talked about the fatherless society and how fatherlessness, really breeds orphans. And without that affirmation from the father to know that, a little girl is beautiful, that they're enough, they grow up and they try to find these answers on their own, which lead to eating disorders and sex before marriage and drugs and alcohol, and they want to fill that void that they're missing in their life with really worldly things. And Made in His Image really wants to help these women who are struggling in this way.
Tell me, and the website really concretely puts girls in touch with different counselors from what I'm understanding. Just tell me more about the website and how it functions and the actual, what Made in His Image does for women on a kind of day-to-day basis.
So Made in His Image is what I want it to be, is a light in the darkness. So we have Twitter, Facebook, our website, which we post blog posts. I write, for the website. I have guest bloggers that write, and just girls, an avenue for girls just to share their stories and to get connected. And it's just beautiful, what God has done. I know God has an even bigger plan. The ultimate goal is I really want to build the first Catholic medical center for women to go to recover from eating disorders and abuse.
Wow. That would be great. So is that in the 10-year plan?
Yeah. So the 4-year, the 3-year plan is what I'm doing right now with the social media. And then the next step is I really want to have a counseling center. So just like a Catholic counseling center, maybe with 1 or 2 psychologists for girls to go to. Catholic psychologists are really hard to come by. I found so much healing, learning about theology of the body and just all these things that you wouldn't find in a typical counselor, on a secular campus.
What is the site's name? It's madeinhisimage.org?
So it's madeinhisimage.org.
Okay.
Thousands of girls tell me, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that someone else struggled with that, and when you're vulnerable, then it gives someone else, the opportunity to be like, yeah, me too. Like, I've struggled with that for a long time, or that happened to me when I was a kid too. And there's so much shame associated with abuse. And, I just want to take that lining off, just shed some light into these issues that are just hush-hush so many times in our society.
Are there any really testimonies that really stand out of what Made in His Image has done for anybody?
Yeah, I have thousands.
I'm sure you do.
It's impossible.
Yeah, is there one you can
There is.
think of?
It's actually a girl who inspired me to leave my job as a pastry chef and do it full time.
Wow.
She wrote to me and she said, she was online trying to find an avenue to take her life. And for some reason, Made in His Image came up. And she said she read through all of the blog rolls. And at the end of the blogs, I always write, P.S. You are enough.
Right.
And she wrote to me and she said, no one has ever told me that I'm enough. And no one's ever told me that I'm beautiful. And when I was reading your blog, I really felt like someone cared. And, she ended the email and she said, I'm alive today because of Made in His Image.
And so it is a nonprofit, right? So people can support this and...
Absolutely.
Okay.
I fundraise, my salary and for Made in His Image. So I'm not nearly, fully funded. So
Okay.
I desperately need
And
donations
Yeah.
to keep, this afloat.
Okay, and then if they do want to donate, they go to madeninhisimage.org.
/donate,
Okay,
yeah.
/donate.
So
Okay. Madeninhisimage.org/donate.
Yeah, I want to bring people on, but I don't have, the resources to do that. And there's so many things I want to do, like build a counseling center or, develop an app for girls to stay even more connected. So many little things like that I want to
Which
do.
would be huge. That's
Yeah.
the way you have to reach people. That would be amazing if you can do that. madeninhisimage.org/donate.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we gotta get you going. We gotta have you doing this full time forever.
Thank
So-
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks so much for sitting down with me. You're so sweet.